Hi guys, welcome back to the Blading Physio YouTube channel. This week we're going to talk about the hamstrings. I'm going to give you 3 exercises to prevent injuries at the hamstrings, and also these exercises can have their place in a rehabilitation process, but mostly later on, so not at the beginning of a rehab process. But first, why the hamstrings? The hamstrings are an antagonist or a counter muscle for the muscles on the front of the leg, so the hamstrings find themselves at the back of the leg. So the hamstrings will counter the quadriceps muscle, a muscle that we all like to train to jump up higher or to have more power in our jumps. But the hamstrings, like I said, are a counter muscle, so if we only train the quadriceps, there will be a disbalance between these muscles in the upper leg. And if there's a disbalance, that means that there's more prone to an injury in that area. So a weaker hamstring in relation with the quadriceps can give injuries. So that's why we're going to train the hamstrings too. The hamstring muscles is a group of 3 muscles. We have the semitendinosus, semimembranosus, and the biceps femoris. But we're going to treat them all as one today. It has no interest today to see them separately because we're going to train it as a whole. So the exercises for today will be a Nordic hamstring exercise, will be a hamstring curl, and for that you're gonna need a Swiss ball. If you don't have that, I'll give another exercise for it, so don't worry about that. And the last one is an exercise that we already did, but will be the reverse planche, but with accentuation on the hamstrings. So let's step in the first exercise. The Nordic hamstring exercise is a very demanding exercise of your hamstrings. You will see that if you do this, that it doesn't need a lot of repetitions to work on these muscles. In fact, what science says is the minimal effective dose for this exercise is 2 sets of 4 reps once a week. So if you're not able to do that, you've got some work to do. If you're able to do that, it's also interesting to do more reps, but don't exaggerate on it. So how does the exercise work? We're going to put ourselves on our knees and we're going to need something to block our ankles or our heels. We're going to put our heels beneath something, or we're going to ask a partner to hold them down, and while we fall down we're going to try to hold this position, or we're going to try to hold the fall or control the fall while moving down. So the movement will always be the torso that goes to the ground, so you're going to move forward, you're going to fall forward, so it's preferred that you put a pillow or something soft in front of you so you can catch yourself and don't hurt yourself when you fall down. But it will be important to control this movement. This is called an eccentric exercise. What that means is that the muscle will work in an elongated state. So while the muscle is being elongated, we're going to ask the muscle to work and to hold our body in a position while it's still moving down, in this case, to the ground. I know this is a bit hard to understand, but see it like this. Like if a muscle contracts, normally it's shortened. So if I want to move this point to my other hand, it's gonna shorten to contract or to work, right? And in this case, we're gonna ask the muscle to work, but this point, who normally goes shorter, goes further away. So we're gonna put more tension on the muscle. And that's what the eccentric muscle work means. So the muscle gets elongated while we still ask to do its function. And that's why this exercise is so demanding on the muscles. But it's a very effective exercise. Moving on for the second exercise. The second exercise is the hamstring curls. For this one you're gonna need a Swiss ball, so a big ball where you put your feet on. You're gonna lift up the pelvis and then pull that ball towards you. So the idea here is that the hamstrings contract and bring the ball towards you. So this is a concentric exercise, the opposite of the previous exercise, the eccentric exercise. But that might be way too technical, I'm sorry. So put yourself on your back, put your feet on the ball, lift up the pelvis, try to stay stable in this position, that's already important, and then bring the ball closer to you, push it out and go back down. If it goes well, you can do multiple repetitions while staying up with your pelvis. If you don't have a Swiss ball, or if you don't find anything that you can do this exercise on, I've got another exercise for you, don't worry. The other exercise is a unilateral leg bridge. What you're gonna need for this is a chair or a bench or something to put your feet up, that they are a bit higher. Here you're gonna put one leg on the chair or bench. You're gonna bring up the pelvis and try to hold it there for 5 seconds. Then you go down and you do it again. So it's important that you work from one leg and always push up the pelvis from the glutes. And with this, because of the leg that's elevated and will push down a bit in the bench, you're gonna activate also the hamstring muscles. You're gonna do 10 on one side, 10 on the other side. And the last exercise is the reversed planche position, but with a accentuation on the hamstrings. So we're gonna put ourselves in the reversed planche position. So for the reverse planche, what you're gonna do is put yourself on your back, put your elbows beneath your shoulders and extend the legs, but keep a little flexion or keep a angle in the knees. We're gonna bring up the pelvis and put more accentuation on the hamstrings by pressing down the heels into the ground. So keep that knee a little bit flexed, bring up the pelvis and push down with your heels into the ground to activate more of the hamstring muscles. You're gonna feel it burn or you're gonna feel it work when you do this. Try to aim for 20 to 30 seconds in this exercise. If you can hold it longer, that's the better, but 20 to 30 seconds will be already a good start. And that will be it for the hamstring exercises. So today I just talked about exercises that can prevent these injuries. Of course, nothing is fully preventable. There's always something that can happen. But with these exercises, you're going to reduce the chance of getting an injury at the hamstrings. Also, like I said, these exercises can be done for rehabilitation too, but they will find their place later on or in a later stage of the rehabilitation. So at the beginning, you won't do these exercises as they are a bit demanding for muscles that had an injury before. So yeah, this is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a comment if you have questions. Hit me up on Instagram if you have questions. I love to answer your questions. And if you haven't subscribed, I would say consider to subscribe, because I try to upload every week a video for the blading scene to keep healthy and to prevent injuries. I want you all to stay healthy. I want you all to keep on blading so we can all have a good time of skating and enjoy this beautiful sport. And with that being said, see you in another video, guys. Thanks.